see that it's also meshed with strategic focus on diplomacy, social inclusion as well, institutional integrity, and also very, very important on her aspect of, consultativeness, so consulting. So, so far, that has, those were really the strategy that has really come out strongly so far.
Okay, so there are critics that argue that 100 days is quite short if you want to judge a presidency. Do you agree, or do early actions matter more than one would recognize?
Yes, while it's really undeniably a short window to measure, but on the other hand, it offers actually a vital clues, especially to the president's tone, priorities, and governing ethos. So we have really seen that in these 100 days, we have seen that the reformation aspects are very critical. Even the way she also, appointed her cabinet, it was very kind of like of a different style. It's indeed business unusual. She had allowed more of the MPs with voting powers to really look into the issues of legislative. So really, you can see that. The 100 days, yes, although it has been a bit rocky with the allegations of her former Minister of Agriculture, but, she handled very well, decisively, also waiting for all the facts to be brought together for her to be able to take that decision. But also, very, very important, looking also at the corruption aspect, where she mentioned corruption to be treason. So I think having declared that and accompanied with action, that's now also what we want to see as a public, for us to be able to also, increase trust and to look at transparency at hand.
All right. You mentioned the situation facing the former agriculture minister, and yes. over recently we've seen, if you've been following the media, you would have seen we've had arrests, we've had suspensions in public offices. Are we seeing business unusual starting to take shape? Are we seeing is that sort of indication of that?
Yes. Well, we are really on the right track, because even when she appointed her cabinet, she also said that I'm going to rate your performance and I'm going to let you go. So in other words, for a lack of a better term, you said, I'm going to fire you if you will not perform. So definitely, if the appointed can see that from their leader, that she means business, definitely with them also, they should not take business as usual. So they should be able to be performance-oriented and seeing to it that service to the public is really being delivered undoubtedly. So for me, really, we are on the right path. If she is also exerting the same accountability to the leaders, definitely they will also do their work on the ground.
Okay. Now, Mario, we also have, in Namibia, there is this characteristics that have come with us a long way: unemployment, youth unemployment, particularly poverty. What signs, if any, have we seen regarding how the president means to tackle these historical challenges in some ways?
On that one, we may really applaud Her Excellency, really looking at her, appointing women in senior government positions, even also in her cabinet, and also creating programs that are also actually assisting women in terms of entrepreneurship and all others. But of note, it's very important how she has really prioritized issues of the youth. And you can see it even coincided very well. We recently hosted a Region 5 games, that was supposed to be done by Mozambique, and then due to other arrangements, Namibia took over. So even when she gave her speech at that event, it was so calming, it was so convincing that she's really into the youth, are really close to her heart. And also looking at the appointments, cabinet appointments, governors, and also senior positions. And not only that, she has also established a task team that's actually looking around to actually empower our TVET. These are technical and vocational education sector. So to see how they can come up with recommendations to revamp, to review, and to see that youth are really catered for in all levels, and also to give them skills for them to be able to be self-reliant. So definitely the issue of youth is really close to our heart, and we can see plans are there, but what we want to see more is just now action. We may talk, but we now want to see all this action now coming to fruition.
What do her diplomatic moves tell about her regional priorities? You mentioned the Region 5 and said I wanted to touch on that. But as far as diplomacy, what do her moves tell you as far as regarding SADC and the African Union relations in this time?
Well, she started off very well, looking at visiting her counterparts in the region, especially key priorities, the security of the region. The security of the region is very, very important. We must have security within the region. This in terms of our youth employment, in terms of our trade agreements, in terms of social issues. Why? Because if these issues are not tackled very well, that's why you see migration of people within regions actually happen the most. So for me, really, these aspects are very critical, that she has already paid courtesy visits to some of her counterparts to discuss these issues on how they can be able to fortify the region in those aspects. She has also reaffirmed Namibia's commitment to the SADC protocol on gender and development, and making sure that the girl child is actually taken care of, and also how we can be able to bring about initiatives to engage our youth so that we are able to actually create a good future. So definitely issues of diplomacy at regional level is very close to her by what we have seen so far.
Have we seen any initiatives as far as specifically aimed at gender equality and women's empowerment?
Yes, she's actually, we are seeing the engagement within the girls' education. We are seeing engagement even issues of maternal health, female entrepreneurship, and also making sure that all these aspects are well consolidated to make sure that these projects are implemented. But of course, with this will also come the risk of looking at the budget. Can the budget allow her to run these initiatives? Can she be able to also, collect enough resources to be able to run with this? So that's another angle to look at. But definitely, you can see she's really in that part. And also, having had a first gentleman, definitely we are also suspecting that there are also talks probably how the boy child can also now be given the space and the attention to be able to be recognized within the society.
As far as looking at the first 100 days as an indication, what do you hope to see during the next year or so of a presidency?
Well, honestly, what we want to what we are anticipating for is restoring the public trust. Public trust is very important, strengthening institutions and restoring Namibia globally as well. For me, maybe one of the improvements I expected to see is for her to really do some adjustments in the office of the ACC, the Anti-Corruption Commission, and also the Prosecutor General. These offices are very key, especially when she has mentioned corruption to be treason. I think there are certain institutions that she really needs to pay attention to, and the ACC is one of them, as well as the Prosecutor General's office. With the ACC, we also want to see in the next days for us to be able to really have a commission. The Electoral Commission of Namibia has a commission. Social Security has a commission. All others have commissions, but the ACC does not really have a commission. Although it's called Anti-Corruption Commission, we also want to see a commission of people coming together to look into the corruption issues, just like how other commissions are functioning. So we are also, as a public, we are expecting to see that, so that we are able to really believe, to see the transparency, and to see that she is really tackling corruption tooth and nail. So those offices must be strengthened. Should be strengthened, and those offices must be given vitality for them to be able to really look into the aspect of upholding public trust, accountability, and transparency.